What do you think should happen to people who commit cybercrime?
I think people who commit cybercrime should be jailed in the same way that someone who commits another crime would be.
Well, I think they should be taken to court like any other criminal.
I think it depends on how serious the cybercrime is. I think if it involves identity theft or stealing money and fraud, it should be dealt with quite seriously.
I think that they should be punished.
I think they should be punished, maybe by a fine.
I think cybercrime should be taken more seriously because it is becoming quite a serious problem, and it seems to be quite easy for people to commit cybercrime.
What do you think should happen to people who vandalise things?
Well, I think they should be made to do community service rather than being put in prison, because I think that's a waste of money and time. I think they should be given supervised community service so they learn how to do something good for society.
I think people who vandalise things should be punished.
They should have to pay back for the damage they do.
I think they should be arrested, but just probably given more community service.
I think people who commit vandalism should be punished for their crime and maybe sent to jail.
I think that should also be dealt with quite seriously. I think people need to be deterred from vandalising.
What do you think should happen to people who shoplift?
They should have to return the items and serve some sort of prison time.
Shoplift, arrested again, and probably fined and given community service.
Well, again, sort of things like fines or, community service.
Well, I think they should be punished, but there's also probably a reason why they do it, and that should be looked at too.
Well, I do think they should be prosecuted.
I think shoplifting should also be taken seriously, because if it's not, then people will keep shoplifting.
Which of these three crimes do you think is the more serious? Why?
Vandalism, because it destroys our community.
Vandalism.
Why?
Because it's the most visible of the three. You can maybe excuse shoplifting if someone needs to feed their family, or if they don't have the money, it's not right, but it makes sense. But vandalism is a crime against the community, and it punishes everyone for a very little personal pleasure. I don't understand it. I don't see the point of it.
I think they've all got different points that they can be worse in some kinds, but I don't think there's one that's worse. I think if you do something bad, it's bad. Yeah.
I think shoplifting.
Why?
Well, shoplifting will have more damage to the profits of the shop owner than vandalism, say, or possibly cybercrime.
I think that vandalism is the most serious of those crimes.
Why?
Because it often destroys property that belongs to people who might not have very much money, for example.
It depends on the type of cybercrime, but either that or vandalism.